Hello everyone. Welcome back to the Blue Cube YouTube channel. One of the most important steps in any editing project is exporting the final output. This is the moment when all your hard work turns into a file that you can publish and share. In this lesson, we are going to learn in a complete and practical way how to export our projects from Adobe Premiere Pro. Sometimes, before taking the final export, we need to make sure that our transitions and effects are working properly. For example, in this part of the video there is a transition, and in many cases transitions and effects do not play correctly in real-time preview. That's completely normal, especially on heavier projects. For this, we can select all or just a part of the video and render it to see the correct performance before the final export. I press the I key on the keyboard to set the in point, which defines the start of the section, and then I go to the end of the part 1 need and press the O key to set the out point. Now this specific section is selected. Then I open the sequence menu and choose to render this part. I click on Render Into Out and wait a little. Premiere will render that section and show me the real performance of the transition or the selected part. You can see that a green line appears above the timeline, which means this part is now rendered and will play smoothly and accurately. Also in the sequence menu, I can use Render Effects Into Out. This option renders only the effects and transitions that exist inside my selected area. For example, if I select these transitions and then click on Render Effects Into Out, Premiere will render all the effects and transitions in that section and show me their correct behavior in the timeline. Now that everything looks good, I select the area I want, and to take the final export I click on the Export button here. We can also open the export window by pressing Ctrl+M on the keyboard. In the Range section, we can choose whether we want to export only the selected part of the timeline or the whole project. If I choose Source and /out, only the part between my in and out points will be exported. But if I want to export the entire project that exists in the timeline, I choose Entire Source. It is very important that the sequence size and the export size match each other. We will pay attention to that in a moment. At the bottom, Premiere shows us the final video size after export. In the file name box, we can choose a name for our file. After typing the name, I click here to see the file format as well. In the location section, we choose where the file will be saved and then click Save. In the preset section, we can choose the final quality of our video. For example, if our video is Full HD, we can choose High Quality 1080p. Or based on our sequence size, we can choose the appropriate preset. For HD, 4K, and other formats, we can use these ready-made presets. There are also special presets made for YouTube, including Full HD resolution, which are very useful. If I click on More Presets, I can access all the presets available in Premiere and choose the one I want. After choosing a preset, I can click OK. For now, I won't select any preset and I'll click Cancel. Now we choose the format. The main and most common format for videos is H.264, which is the same as MP4, and this is what we usually use. If we want to create a GIF, we can use a GIF format from here. If we scroll down, we also see audio-only formats like WAV or MP3. These are used only for projects that contain audio and no video. In that case, we can use these formats. If we want to export our project as image sequences, we can choose formats like PNG. For this video, I choose H.264 or MP4. Make sure that video and audio are both enabled. If they are disabled, they will not be rendered. If your video has effects, make sure effects are enabled as well. And if your project has captions, you must enable captions too. In my case, this video does not have captions, so this option is not active. Now I open the Video tab. If your sequence size is Full HD and you selected a 1080 preset for export, but they don't match, you can click on Match Source. This will make the export settings match your sequence settings automatically. You can also manually change the resolution here if you want. For maximum quality, always enable Use Maximum Render Quality. You can also enable Render at Maximum Depth. This renders the video with higher color depth, but it increases the final file size. We usually use this option when the project is color-heavy and we have used a lot of color effects. If needed, you can enable it. A little lower, in the Performance section, make sure Hardware Encoding is selected. This uses your GPU and makes the export much faster. In the Bitrate Settings section, we define the bitrate. Bitrate shows how much information is stored per second in the video. In most projects, I use VBR 1 pass. The higher the bitrate, the higher the quality, and also the larger the file size. The lower the bitrate, the lower the quality, and the smaller the file size. For Full HD videos, a very good bitrate range is between 8 and 12. I usually set it to 12 for most of my videos. This gives excellent quality without making the file too large. If your video is 2K, you should set the bitrate between 16 and 24. If your video is 4K, you should set it between 35 and 45. In the Audio tab, the format should be AAC, and the bitrate of 320 is perfect. You don't need to change anything else for audio in most cases. Finally, all you have to do is click on Export, and your final render will start. That's everything you need to know about exporting in Adobe Premiere Pro. I'll see you in the next video.